Um, so basically, what this does. If you double jump, it will do like a brrr around you. It's trash. It's just straight up trash.
Plus, there are just better uses for your blue tool slots. Sawtooth Circlet gets an F.
Because you have so little faith. Truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can save this mountain. Move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you.
This solidly an A tier, S tier if you're a god gamer.